The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. Vidal Sassoon. My friends, we see everything up for the day except 20-year U.S. government bonds. Let's jump first into the S&P 500. It is up 0.31% for the day. We see the high last week was 536.89, 535.99, so we've not hit the high of last week yet, but we do have a green up candle that's forming. And again, we will continue. Let's see, we'll update this a little bit, see if we can get there, get the base of that candle in, which I think we have now. And as we continue to follow it this week, we'll watch and see if it continues to move up on both our half-day and two-day charts, continues to move up. That trend line, stay above it. We can tell we're above it right now. On the first day of this latest two-day candle, we can see where the market was down in the morning and then popped up in the afternoon. And again, not up a lot for the day, but again, just keeps on keeping on, doesn't it? Well, when you print money backed by nothing, you get inflation. And inflation is what? More money blown into the balloon of the economy, which means you have more money chasing the same number of goods, which means those goods come up because you're watering down or inflating the money supply. It doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. Now we look at where things are on the NASDAQ 100. We also notice on these charts, we talked about it last week, about how low the volume has been since the beginning of May. And again, not a lot of volume here. Last week was the highest we'd seen in a while, and we'll see how things shape up this week. Again, when you don't have a lot of volume, you continue to see price move up, though. What is that telling you? Well, it's moving up, not based upon a lot of interest. It is just ticking up slowly but surely. And again, as a result of any number of things, nothing super bad as far as the news goes. And of course, like I said, just more money printing. But as we look at the high of last week on the NASDAQ, 465.74. This week, 465.19. So just, a few cents away, from where we were last week, between 74 cents and 19 cents. So again, not much of a difference there. What is that? 52 cents. So we'll continue to keep our eye on things as the market continues to make its way through the week. We can see also here on the half-day chart down in the morning, up a little bit in the afternoon, and just lackadaisical. Not a whole lot happening. Not a lot of volume on the first day of this latest two-day candle, starting the week off without a great deal of excitement. Let's look at where we are on 20-year U.S. government bonds. Down for the day, starting the week off down. See a red down candle, first day of the latest two-day candle. Moving down, there's a little bitty wick on the bottom that's just penetrating that two-day, on the two-day chart, that weekly trend line. We can see where the half days drop down right to it. The last 2 days, we see that down movement. So we will pay attention as we move through the week. We had right at average volume. You can see where the right side of the volume hit the average volume line. So this could be our interim high. If it is, and we have a red down candle for the week and average volume, then of course that might initiate for us a down trade. That would be going to something like Tango Bravo Foxtrot, TBF. I say that in the military vernacular so you can get it right. Tango Bravo Foxtrot. That is the single inverse. It's called the ProShares Short 20-plus year U.S. government bonds, a single inverse of TLT. And of course, it goes up when the underlying equity, that would be 20-year U.S. government bonds, TLT. TBF goes up when TLT goes down. So we will be watching if this week sets us up for a down trade on TLT. Then, of course, we will be initiating an inverse trade. And I've got some great trainings. Look for inverse funds, how to make money when markets crash. And we give you our other inverse funds that we trade on the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100. There's really not one in gold. There is one in gold, DGZ, but the problem with DGZ, Delta Golf Zebra, or Zulu, is the problem with that is it's very illiquid, which means that the spread between the bid and the ask is so high that we don't use it. Instead, we trade puts. And of course, if you are a Patreon member, any of the 3 levels, you get our training, Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way, that teaches you how to practice trade puts. Remember, not a stock calling service. We're an education firm. I want you to practice trade with us to learn how to do this stuff. Let's move from bonds, which we are hoping going to set us up for a down move at the end of the week, and see where gold is. Gold is a bright spot, up 0.92%, our biggest gainer for the day. Although when you look at the charts here, you don't see any green candles, do you? You can see it was down in the morning. Well, it opened higher than that prior close and then moved back down in the afternoon. It apparently bumped up higher during the day, is what I'm guessing here, and then sort of settled down at that point. First day of the latest 2-day candle, red down candle. And again, these are Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, so this is showing you the average pace of price movement. Heikin-Ashi candlesticks are, of course, measured differently. We have some great trainings on Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. I republish them all the time. Don't fret on that. Maybe I'll put that out again tomorrow. A really good Heikin-Ashi training. We already have a special training in the show notes for you today. If you're a subscriber, I think you will like it. If you're not a subscriber, become one for free. We never spam or sell that list. So go to chartingwealth.com. Sign up means that you'll get the daily reviews that we do in the once-a-week weekly review and forecast with the trainings that are attendant with all of those. So as we start the week off, we're seeing a red down candle in gold, not hitting the low of last week. It doesn't look like yet. We look at the low of last week, 111.54. The low today, 112.76. So no, it did not, missing that by about $1.25, something like that. So we will, again, continue to monitor what gold is up to for the week, but gold is a bright spot for the day. We'll see if that continues. We, of course, see our movement on our 2-day and half-day charts below that weekly trend line, just like the weekly candle is. Now, lastly, we will go to, you got it, Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin Van Eck Trust. It is the ETF that you can buy and sell on regular markets. It's an ETF. You don't have to go to one of those Bitcoin exchanges, which might be full of all sorts of issues. You don't have to do that. Now, again, people that are for and against these ETFs, we've just been following it because you guys asked us to many years ago, and we've had some success with that. Now, as we look at Bitcoin, we can see as the week starts off, we're not anywhere near the high of last week. We do have a green up candle. We are up a little over 0.5%. We have a red spinning top on the 2-day, still above that weekly trend line. Half day, we can see where we've been down for a day and a half now. Haven't plumbed the depths that we hit on Friday afternoon, a little above that. And like we said, up for the day, 0.54%. We'll see how the week continues. Are we going to find resistance when we hit what could be a ceiling? That is the interim high from back on the week beginning the 11th of March. The high during that week was 83.36. What was our high today? 79.40. So we have a ways to go. We'll see if we pierce that. If we get up to it, bounce off it again, might give us an easier ability to make a call on what might be happening with Bitcoin. We saw it bounce off last time. We can see if it will do it again or blow through for an even higher high, or if it even reaches it. That is where we are, my friends. As we end the day on Monday, we always love to hear from you. Don't hesitate to reach out to us, cw@chartingwealth.com. We are here every day for you. If you're having questions, problems, concerns, difficulties, like I said, just reach out to us. God bless.